you explain what impact going into lockdown has had on you?
So obviously the impact, the immediate impact was that I had to change my practice overnight, and I didn't find the transition from clinic to working over the video link that difficult, but working from home I found the most difficult. Using the video tools, I'm quite familiar with. I often use them for keeping in touch with family and friends abroad, but it took a little bit of thinking, the safety and efficiency, how we were going to work using the new modes, and definitely the change from working from home required a couple of weeks to get into the right rhythm and new routine.
Yeah. So people, obviously, wide scale, are stuck at home at the moment. Okay, that can have psychological, physical impact on them. Do you have any advice for people who are struggling with lockdown and finding it quite difficult?
I have to admit, I found it really difficult at the beginning to deal with the amount of information which was given professionally, privately, all the advice, all the free courses, all the resources, everybody telling you what to do to survive the lockdown.
Yeah.
And I felt really overwhelmed.
Yeah.
But as soon as I thought, what's important to me and my family, this become much more easy. I could channel it out, all this information cacophonia, and avoid the pressure. I was doing things not quite right. So I think, just think what works for you professionally and privately, what works for your family, pick the right information, the right resources, and I suppose that will make things easier and keep us healthier and calmer and safer.
Good. And can you explain what sort of challenges you've faced professionally? Because obviously we completely changed the way we work. So I assume that's had its own challenges for you.
So the working from home, as I said, is definitely the most difficult element. We as a practice have the opportunity to work from home, and I've done it hundreds of times, but it's usually working from empty home. Whilst now, with my husband working from home full time as an IT, and my kids having to do some learning and homework on feeding them 4 times a day instead of 2 times a day, and having a messy house all the time because everybody's in, and then finding a quiet corner and quiet environment I can interact with my patients seem to be the most important and the most difficult element I had to really tackle.
Right. So what's been the most rewarding moment for you on a more positive note?
Working with the complex neurological patients is super difficult if it comes to video link delivery of the physiotherapy. So it was very hard for many of our patients to pick up that way. But one particular patient after brain injury really struggled on many levels. She's very self-conscious how she looks on a screen. She has got cognitive difficulties, being in a way of processing all the visual, auditory information, moving on top of this. And she initially refused to engage in this way after several weeks of explaining how this could work, she picked up the idea of having 2 sessions and reviewing the whole process. And at the minute, we got to the point we've got 3 appointments a week. She's having a treadmill delivered to her house. Her husband is doing steps and other pieces of equipment in his shed, and everybody got really engaged, and everybody seems quite happy and settled, and we have no problem, really nice atmosphere. And new routine being a part of her week 3 times is extremely rewarding.
Fantastic. Anna, thank you for your time.
Thank you.